We finally have a good video of 410 Trousdale Place. And this property's been listed for like a year, and it's finally time for us to do a full deep dive, because about a week ago someone did this amazing video of it, and I've been waiting for a really good video tour of it. And I just want to go through and pick this apart piece by piece. Let's watch it one time through just to kind of take a look at it. It's only 2 minutes long, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do a deep dive. We'll take a look at it basically scene by scene, room by room, and we'll take a look at all the freaking crazy amazing things about this property. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, loved it. My initial impression is that this property is brutalist, all the way brutalist. It's really cool. The other impression is motorcycle. You've got to be, does the motorcycle come with the property? I don't know the answer to that. Whether it does or doesn't, I probably wouldn't care if I was looking into buying this. I mean, if you take a look at the property, it's listed for, what's it listed for right now? Offered at $64,995. So let's just call it $65 million. You got a $65 million property, and my initial impression of the whole property is motorcycle. Maybe that's what they're hoping. But you guys comment below, what is your first impression about this property? Are you loving it? Would you buy it? $65 million is about half of the most expensive properties in LA, Beverly Hills. And so this, I wouldn't call it half off, but it's definitely a stunning property way up on the hill with incredible views. Do you think it's worth more, or do you think it's worth less? I think it's been listed for almost a year now. Let's dive in and let's see if we can identify why the property is still listed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give it a standardized score. When it comes to houses, between 1 and 100, we're going to score this property based on how desirable it is. Okay, let's go through and take a look at this. Concrete driveway. I don't know actually if there's a garage here. I like the trees. I don't know if that's if those are mango trees or papaya trees. I'm pretty sure they're one or the other. But that's one of my impressions as I take a look at this courtyard here is, I wonder if I bought the property, if I might be inclined to just landscape that whole front area and just bring in tons of beautiful foliage, like a bunch of olive trees, maybe some palms, and just really lushify that courtyard. That way we get the contrast of all the green right before we go into the concrete. I don't know, I'd be tempted to do that. The courtyard, the driveway is already so much concrete. It might be nice to usually the inside is soft and the outside is concrete. But with this house, all the inside is concrete. Okay, we've got the motorcycle again. I don't know what these rivets are. Looks like they're on something really cool. Okay, I'm going to touch on this light fixture, which I think is so awesome. This light fixture, to be totally honest, some of the things in this property seem like they're straight out of Star Wars land at Disneyland. They're really cool. But this light, I want to say this is a fully customized light fixture. And it is so cool. Look how cool it is. And then I love in the dining room, the overhead light here, the skylight is perfect, but it's not too much. It's just there by the back wall. So you've got the natural light coming in. You've got that really cool light fixture there. And then I love the tree, and I love the moss in the middle. The stairs, I love those, not the stairs, the chairs, and I love the simple art there. Anyway, this is to me the perfect dining room. The table is just the perfect size. You can move all around it. It seats 10. Look at the base of that. The base of that table is so cool. It looks like it's mounted to the ground like it's a built-in dining table. Really, really cool with the white oak finish, the white oak chairs. Such a beautiful dining room. I love everything about it. perfectly square. Really great. Here's the living room. I love the living room. My favorite thing about this house is the concrete walls. I love everything concrete, and then it contrasts with the floor, it's kind of interesting because the walls are more rough hewn than the floor. If you take a look at the wall there, it still has some rough parts to it, but the floor is perfectly smooth. I love that. It gives the unfinished look. And then you've got this step down. One thing I really enjoy about this property is the fact that the foyer is higher than the living area down here. So they say that conversation pits are coming back, and this actually is giving conversation pit where you actually can drop down into where you're talking. That the furniture, but instead of those 2 chairs there, I would definitely put a couch there because no one's going to be like hopping down right there. Or maybe they do. Maybe they do like a 360 as they jump down into the conversation pit. But let's put a couch there probably. The ceiling in here is really cool. We see this throughout the property. It's like a metal mesh ceiling that I really actually like. So love the living area. Okay, so this looks like the family room. Again, another seating space, another living space. From here we can see the dining room off in the distance. We've got a casual seating room here, like a lounge area, and then we have more of like a comfortable family room here in the foreground. Lots of places to sit, lots of places to gather, and then it looks like we have the kitchen here on the right as well. Here's the hallway. Taking a look at this hallway, my first heaviest impression is this fireplace here on the left. Look how amazing this fireplace is. I can't even imagine how much this would have cost to bring a custom metal worker in here. A beautiful open fireplace concept. It separates the entry, the foyer, from this dining area, this kitchen area over here. I love this hallway. The light fixtures in the hallway here, they're nailing it. The light from overhead, they're nailing it. And that fireplace, I just can't get over it. It's so, so cool. We have the bar over here on the right. I don't even know where to start with this light fixture above the bar. That is like so cool. Again, we're using the same design principles as the fireplace, and this doorway over here on the right. It's the sheets of looks like lead. I'm guessing. I wish I could interview the designer here, but a really, really comfortable seating space here. This is now like the third seating space with couches right in front of the theater. So you serve up your drinks, you lounge comfortable here, and then you can step down into the theater here. Okay, here's that same bar area. I love the glasses. I love the floating shelves, that same metal design, the metal front of the bar contrasted perfectly with the dark oak seats, the bar stools there. But one thing I noticed here was the inset light switch. So cool that they've actually run the wiring through the concrete walls to give just that super clean switch right there. You don't see any wires or lines, but it's just like this nook, this specialized nook just for the light switch. Okay, more motorcycle. And then this gives us our first preview. Oh, where's this? I don't know where we're going. So because this property is kind of circular, I think we're kind of moving our way around the edge of the property. I love the plant. I love that we're on to our fourth seating area here. So many places to entertain. This looks like a hallway. If I had to guess, I guess we're moving down into the primary suite area. One of the things I notice about this is the super high ceiling height. It's beautiful. Oh no, this is a mirror. Look at the long mirror mounted on the ceiling. And then along the sides are these really cool, fashionable lighting fixtures. That mirror on the ceiling is so cool. And then here on the right, again, we can see this control, which is set into the concrete wall. Beautifully done. The light from overhead. Okay, I'm going to venture to guess that this is actually a bathtub. This is the primary suite tub. Look at how incredible this is. It's metal. It looks like maybe did they invent a language, kind of like Star Wars or something? There's so much to see here, like the massive bolts that appear to be like bolting the tub to the floor. And the natural light coming from ahead. That is very, very cool. Now we're moving into the primary suite. We've got the bed here on the foreground and then another seating area here. I love the sliding doors here that go right out to this grass lawn, which is so cool because so many people are into grounding lately. That is one thing I wish I could do, is walk right out of my primary suite, right onto grass and do my grounding. What I actually have to do is I have to walk through the house all the way out the front door, down 4 steps, and then into the front lawn where like people can see me. I guess I need to finish the backyard. But then also we have another concrete patio over there to the right. So the door opens there, or we've got the sliders onto the lawn with a massive, we probably can't see the scale here, but a massive seating area here. I love it. I love everything about this primary. So cool. Got some views of the exterior here. Just so incredible. Look at this pool with a lounge area right in the middle of the pool, just suspended there. I love the long grass there, and then a perfect view of the valley. Okay, there is a garage here. It looks like we're seeing here on the left, there is a garage doors where we can pull in there if we want to, or if you want, you can kind of stay in the courtyard area with those trees around the edge. You could like power your whole house or half the city by putting solar panels on the roof of this, which would actually be really cool. We're flying right into the front door here, through the front, right out onto the view. Look at this incredible view. All to yourself, never to be obstructed view. I'm absolutely loving that. Yeah, I do wonder if there's a hot tub here. Nighttime view is even better, man. Look at that. And as you pull up, I love the tall door with like either side is the metal casings on the sides of the door. Perfect balance. It's a perfect balance. As you walk out onto there, it's symmetrical. The pool, and then either sides of the pool, and then the patio right in the middle. Perfect symmetry. This is my favorite part about the whole thing. A retractable window. Incredible. I love that. Okay, this would probably be my favorite view. We have the theater, seating area. We've got a bar right over here to the right. And then we have a dropped theater, seating area just up from that. Here's one of my favorite parts about this whole house is the projector and the sound system in the theater is so spot on. Like, because you know projectors, they can probably get kind of small and minimalist now, but they went with like a full size, drop down from the ceiling, full on projector. The nighttime lighting is perfect with those spotlights on each of the concrete columns. Another view of the seating areas, the living areas. Really beautiful. Each room in this house, from what I can tell, really highlights the beautiful views. If we take a look at, let's go take a look at Google Earth, okay? Take me to 410 Trousdale. Okay, we're gonna come here. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so we're kind of like on the corner here. And if we zoom in a little bit, it's just gonna kind of show that we have not 360 degrees, but we have like 180 degrees of the view here. And it just kind of gives us a panoramic view of the valley and the surrounding area. And then look at all this untouched land down here below. Okay, so if we go here, let's tilt it a little bit more so we can see the view and the surrounding area. That is so cool. Look at that. So amazing. So they use that courtyard area as like their main land space, and then they bumped the house out to the view area and they created just a dream. Okay, here we've got a really great view of the kitchen, which I think, is this our first good view of the kitchen? I think so. Like, it looks like, this looks a little bit too, like if there's one thing I don't love about this kitchen is it looks a little bit retro-y, like, although I do love the mid-century aspect of it. The lighting, can we call them pendants? The lighting above the counter is so cool. Even though there is a kick bar at the bottom of the bar, they have opted to not use bar stools, so it looks like you totally could do that. It looks like you probably would bump your knees against the bar, but I actually like how they've left it open there. It's open so you can walk up to the kitchen bar. I do have one complaint is it's not like a ton of prep space. I probably would have allotted instead if it were me to have like a really huge counter, one that you can walk all the way around. It's more like a bar instead of like a prep kitchen. There's some things I really want to highlight, like going down into the lower level here. The tube metal running across the ceiling of the lower level is so cool for the plumbing and electrical and everything else that's needed there. It's beautifully brutalist. Okay, and then we get some more nighttime views of the entrance, the foyer here. I'm just kind of curious, what would you put in your entry foyer there? I mean, it's big enough for a car or something. I'm thinking Ferris Bueller's Day Off. If it were me, I probably would put like a massive olive tree right there. That's probably what I would do. It's a beautiful place. You could put anything. Put your trophies, put your car, put a tree, whatever you believe in, I guess. The money shot. That is so cool right there. The nighttime view of this, again, we can see all the windows, all the seating areas. Oh, there's the hot tub over there. So it looks like coming out from that piano and seating area, you've got a hot tub over there. And then way over there to the left, that looks like the primary suite has a view out that side. So beautiful. I don't think in a 2-minute video, I don't feel like we had quite enough time to dive into everything about this property. I absolutely wish I could take a tour of this. Let's dive into the scoring system. Okay, introducing the Dreamhouse scoring system. Let's start with D, desirability of the lot. We've already covered some of this earlier in the video, but I just wanted to review. Really great lot. Not quite a cul-de-sac, but it's on the inside of a curve here with really great views. Based on these things, I think it's going to have a really good high score. It's not the biggest lot, but it is oriented great. It could be more tiered, but it's got a good slope and an amazing view. Let's give it a rating of 9. Next up is R, residential comfort, including bedrooms and bathrooms. This is the only picture I could find of the bathroom. But other than that, I think the bedrooms and bathrooms were phenomenal from what I could see. So we're going to give it a score of 9.5. Amazing features and fixtures and design on those as well. Next up is exterior and landscaping, including the architectural style and curb appeal. This is the street view of the property. It's very fitting with its brutalist design and very fitting. It's got, in my opinion, a really great curb appeal. It fits what they're going for. It's got a really big driveway. The reason it gets so many deductions per se, in my view, is because the lot isn't very big and the landscaping doesn't have a ton going on there. Amenities. This is a picture I found of the office. So from what I can tell, it has almost everything you'd want in amenities and features. I don't know that it had like a sauna or red light therapy, other things like that. But the listing did mention that it does have a gym, so I'm going to give it credit for that. 9.5 on amenities and features. Next up, mechanical, HVAC, plumbing, age, wear, pest ease, and upkeep. It's going to get all the points here. I'm just going to assume it has all the features. The heart of the home, this is the kitchen. And then I also found other pictures of the kitchen online. But the reason I'm going to deduce it is because I really feel like this kitchen is so amazing, but they should have put it out in the common areas. I don't feel like people would want to be making food like in it's not a closet, but it's compared with the rest of the house, it's kind of hidden. They should have just put that out in the main kitchen area. Overall design, floor plan, flow, fixtures, furnishings, flooring, layout, lighting, and hardware. I'm going to go all the way on this one just because I think the design is perfection, especially if you're really going for brutalist design. Usability of common areas, size and flexibility of living and dining areas. I deducted a little bit here because I didn't see like a super strong dining room. There weren't a lot of places to sit down and eat. Location, situs location, it's right in here in between Beverly Hills and Hollywood Hills. So in my view, especially up there on the hill, it pretty much has the perfect location. The reason I'm not going to go all the way to 10 here, maybe we'll Yeah, the reason I'm not going to go all the way to 10 is because it's not on the beach. Efficiency, sustainability, and value gets a pretty big deduction because it's extremely expensive. I also think it's echo elements. I don't know about those. Total score of 91. I basically love this house, but it's not perfect. I absolutely wish that I could live in this someday. Can anyone lend me $65 million interest free? No payments for 80 years. Anyway, what do you guys think about this property? If you love it, let me know.